Hello, epic viewers from around the world. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting, captivating, stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What items will I be unboxing? What items will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What items are encompassed inside this hefty, tangible, nifty, bulky box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It will only take me billions of picoseconds to extract the items from the box and subsequently flaunt them in front of the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on. Here we go. The unboxing process is about to commence. The unboxing process is officially underway. I have drawn forth a ninja, in conjunction with drawn forth a Greninja action figure. I've also prompted another Greninja action figure. Lo and behold, because I have prompted a third Greninja action figure and a fourth homogeneous Greninja action figure. Are they doppelgangers? Are they carbon copies? Are they homogeneous? Most likely. Do you notice any salient differences amongst them or between them? Are they disparate from one another? They look akin to one another in every facet. I have 4 of them. I recollect procuring these figurines for $1.06 each. So the question is, would I have paid $4.24 to procure these figurines once again if I had the autonomy to return them now? Let's find out. They come with shuriken and armaments that they can wield. Fortunately, they're not marred with scratches. They're not impaired by scuffs. Their bodies are a bit hollow. They're missing plastic fillings in their screw holes. Furthermore, their arms are missing plastic fillings in certain areas. That's one of my gripes appertaining to these figurines. They lack diaphragm joints. They lack finger joint articulation, they lack toe articulation, they lack knee joints, they lack disc joints in their heads. What else? They cannot move their legs inwards or outwards, nor can they move their arms inwards and outwards. They cannot swivel their forearms, nor can they swivel their wrists, so their articulation is finite. Nonetheless, they still have tremendous merit. Why do I say that? Well, they stand roughly 5 inches tall. Their aesthetics, or shadings, or hues, or textures, their sculpt is relatively decent. I mean, when you view them from the front, and you realize that they're $1.06 each, you can't really complain for what you're getting. Most modern day action figures that are over $10 are 3.75 inches tall or shorter than 5 inches. These figurines look cool. They look epic. They look as though they're on the cusp of charging into the fray of battle and ravaging anyone within their vicinity. They look as though they're audacious, shrewd, prudent, wise, meticulous, cunning, sinister, conniving, stoic, valiant. Perhaps I'm just exaggerating a bit. I don't need to embellish these figurines any further. Their merits speak for themselves. Fortunately, their fingers are semi-clenched together, so they can wield their weapons. You can equip their armaments at your own discretion. It's arduous for them to hold their weapons. Their weapons have more paint applications than the traditional Playmates Toys weapon. You can't really wield it without it falling off. His grip is not strong enough. And the hand of the sword is not thick enough. They don't have a nunchuck that could be easily wielded. Nor do they have a shuriken that can be easily wielded. They lack sheaths. Is this a sickle? Who knows? Okay, so one of their weapons can be equipped, the other one cannot, unless you tape it on. If you need adhesive to equip a weapon, that's the salient issue, in my opinion. I don't want to go through the extra hassle to glue a weapon or tape a weapon to his hand, just for it not to fall off. So, these weapons are designed poorly. You could neglect to equip them. You don't need to utilize them. It's up to you. But you have the autonomy to equip them if you so choose to. You just may need some adhesive so that they can remain intact and not fall off or not slide through their hands. The apertures in their hands are relatively large, so just be wary about that. Or just be wary of that, I should say. Don't expect these figurines to be refined versions of ninjas. I mean, they're decent for $1.06 each, but they're not the quintessential ninja action figures. What would have been nice is if their screw holes were covered up with plastic fillings, if they had diaphragm joints, if they had finger articulation, if they had knee articulation, if they could perform ankle pivots, if they had disc joints in their head, if their abs were a bit more masculine and bigger to accentuate their physical prowess, and if their weapons could be wielded without the need for tape or glue to mount their weapons to their arms. Or to allow their weapons to become intact to their arms. In other words, they should be able to wield their weapons without being reliant upon the usage of glue, tape, or some other type of adhesive to stick their weapons to their arm. I detest how you have to rely on external substances to plaster items to a wall. It would just be easier if everything stuck to a wall, but that's not the case. In the case of action figures, it's a similar concept to allow them to wield weapons. You sometimes need to utilize rubber bands, glue, tape, or whatever you can find that can allow them to retain their weapons. So, I'm done ranting and raving and blustering about that issue. The calamity will never get resolved. These action figures are already designed. I'm not going to modify their sculpts. I'm not going to add more points of articulation. Here's the Force Ninja. So, as a totality, these figurines are just amazing for $1.06 each. This lot has merit for under $5. These ninjas are stellar bodyguards. They're nimble. They possess physical prowess. They're agile. They're mighty. They're potent in melee combat. They can trounce their adversaries. They can rip them to shreds. They can beat them to bloody pulp. They can dismantle them. They can dismember them. They can sever their organs. They can strangle them. They could bludgeon them. Perhaps I'm exaggerating a bit. The point I wanted to convey is that these ninjas are built for combat. They're poised for battle. So, I love these figurines. These are the gray ninja action figures. See if they had them at your local Dollar Tree or dollar store. If they had them, then you may want to consider purchasing a multitude of them. They coincide eminently well with a prodigious 5 to 6 inch action figure collection. Of course, that's my objective. Humble opinion, yours may be disparate from mine, but they're a nice addition to any collection. Do they look shoddy? I mean, I don't think so. I think they look decent for $1.06. If they were $10, then I would deem these figures to be relatively shoddy. But for $1.06, in my opinion, you can't go wrong. But your sentiments appertaining to these figurines may be disparate from mine, and if your sentiments are disparate from mine, then please feel free to convey them via the comment section below. I'm curious how you would assess these figures' merits. Do you think that I embellish them? Do you think that they should be further augmented if you're going to pay $1.06 for them? Or do you think that they're sufficient? Or do you think that they are the epitome of resounding perfection, considering that they were $1.06 each? So, relay your feedback. I'm curious what you think. I have a proclivity to love action figures, so I'm apt to love these ninja figurines. But if you detest and disdain action figures, then these particular toys may not appease you. So that's everything I wanted to divulge and render transparent. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Bye.